Pavlina's Kidz Place, and I'm on location in Daytona Beach with US Congressman representing the 6th District of Florida, Ron DeSantis. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What do you do in Washington, and what's your favorite thing about it?
Well, it depends on who you talk to when you talk about Congress, because some of the people up there don't do very much. What I'm doing is basically trying to foster economic growth, and that means a lot of things, getting rid of bureaucracy, red tape, reforming the tax code, reducing spending. I'm trying to make sure that we are adhering to the Constitution and the principles that the country was founded on, and then I'm trying to reform Congress to make sure that members of Congress play by the same rules as everybody else, and I think that all those things are badly needed.
So you were also a JAG officer. That must have been really cool. Do any of your skills come in handy?
Well, you know, I've been stationed in Florida as a prosecutor. And so we have committee hearings and you ask people questions, so you can tell folks who have experience doing that. I've also been forward deployed in Iraq. I've been in Guantanamo Bay, so you get a good sense of military operations and what it's like when you're forward deployed.
Yeah, definitely. That's good. Awesome. So growing up, kids have all kinds of obstacles. What was your obstacles, and how did you overcome or deal with it?
Well, I was just a blue-collar kid, and I just worked really hard and ended up going to Yale University for baseball, and had never been to New England before in my life. Showed up with jean shorts and a T-shirt on. Was definitely out of place in that institution. But yeah, basically, if you just are willing to work hard, I think that you can rise in society, or at least you could when I was coming up. I want to make sure other people can do that going forward.
Definitely, that's awesome. So what was your favorite subject in school? Because I'm guessing it's history, because you wrote a book called Dreams from Our Founding Fathers.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, growing up when I was younger, I liked math and some of those other things. But as I got older, I appreciated studying history. There's just a lot of interesting things. And then I also started writing about it, so that was fun too.
Awesome, that's great. History was always my favorite. So when you start off your book, you started off with the oath that you took in office when you got elected for all your different jobs during the years. So has the oath, even in different places and times and positions, has it ever had a different meaning?
Well, not to me. I think it means that that's your primary duty, is to support and defend the Constitution. The reason I wrote the book is I think a lot of people who get in positions of authority don't really pay much attention to the oath, and they're more interested in furthering their own agenda rather than understanding and trying to preserve the founding principles of the country.
I noticed when I worked up as a page in the House of Representatives and then later on the Senate that the biggest surprise I always felt were how committed people were. So what was your biggest surprise when you're out there?
Well, I didn't really appreciate, I criticized Congress for not reading the health care law in 2010 because it was 2,500 pages, but I guess I was surprised that even some of the minor bills, a lot of people just don't read, and so they're going off a staff recommendation or something, and that's not really the way I think you want to be doing business, but that's just kind of the culture of Washington. So I always read the bills, and even when you do that, sometimes it's still hard to understand. You got to do more studying on top of that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's good that you do that then. So if you could walk in any person's shoes, who would it be and why?
Probably my wife, because I think she's somebody who I'm very proud of, and does a great job in everything she does.
Awesome, that's great. So who's like the most inspirational person you've met and why?
Inspirational person that I've met? I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm trying to think who in kind of modern times. I mean, part of the thing when you're growing up, when you're a blue-collar kid, I don't really get to meet a lot of people. And then even in Congress now, I've only been there for 4 months. I mean, I guess I probably would say Bush 41. He was the Yale baseball captain in 48. I was captain in 2001. He came out to practice, so I was able to talk with him, introduce him to the team, and I guess it was inspirational because when he was captain, he had already volunteered to serve in World War II. He was one of the youngest fighter pilots in the war, shot down over the Pacific, and he was somebody whose father was a senator. He didn't really have to do that if he didn't want to. Could have found a way to have different, less arduous duty, but he stepped up and did it. So that was just something that inspired me, and that was something I thought about when I ended up going in the military.
Yeah, definitely. And you also did a lot of stuff with veterans, right?
Oh, absolutely. We were just at a World War II and Korean Veterans Remembrance Ceremony and honoring the ones who passed away, but also the ones who are still with us, thank God, and at the Flagler VFW. So that was great, and I'm always going to be wanting to pay tribute to them.
Awesome, that's great. So what are your upcoming plans and events?
Well, right now we're at the Lincoln Reagan Dinner in Daytona Beach for the Volusia County Republican Party, so I'm going to speak here, and we're looking forward to a really good event. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Fox and Friends to talk about the investigation into the Benghazi terrorist attacks, and I'm not sure what time that is, but the show runs I think from 6 to 10, so somewhere in there, and then Monday go back to Washington.
Awesome, that's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Anytime. Thank you. Thanks a lot.